Incoming transmission from an unknown source. It seems to be urgent. Patching them through. They're calling themselves the HoloNet Marauders.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the HoloNet Marauders podcast. Not live this time.
Nope.
We're coming on for what I would call breaking news, emergency podcast. It's not breaking news by the time you're hearing this. Maybe it is if you don't know what happened, but emergency podcast. I got home from work. I was up in the bathroom, too much information, getting ready to take a shower. I see someone post about this Adam Driver news. Adam Driver, who, famous actor, Oscar-worthy actor who played Ben Solo, Kylo Ren. So I heard, you always see random crap, but this was from someone I know, someone I value their thoughts and news and all that. So I was like, okay, this is legit. Adam Driver, Jamie will have the details in a minute, but Adam Driver had an interview with someone and revealed that they were gonna make a Hunt for Ben Solo movie with Steven Soderbergh, famous classic legendary director, directing it. And it still doesn't feel legit as I'm talking about it. It feels like something that would just be like made up, or like someone leaked this, or Star Wars Leaks 101 leaked this. And it's like, no, Adam Driver said this in an interview. It's legit. AP News had the article. So that's as legit as it gets.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I texted Jamie and Matt, and I was like, emergency podcast. Matt's working. He can't make it. But the show goes on. We had to do it anyways. I came downstairs after I took my shower with millions of thoughts. I was like, Jamie, after we ate dinner, I was like, Jamie, we have to do emergency podcast. I have to talk about this off the cuff because Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, Adam Driver in Star Wars is my Disney Star Wars. I hate to call it that, but my post 2015 Star Wars thing. It's the thing that gets me the most excited. As you can see, I've been in a bit of a Star Wars rut as it is recently. Not a rut, but it's like I like everything going on, but nothing has me over the moon. And I was like, no, this has my ears up. This has me wanting to talk about this. And I'm stealing all the first 3 minutes of talking here, but
that's okay. You Kylo Ren, Ben Solo is like your guy, so like it's okay. Like
I feel like he's your guy too.
Well, I mean, he's your guy first, he's my guy second, but like it's just super funny because I didn't know about any of this until you texted me and Matt like the original like thing with like the article from AP News, and so it was an AP News interview with Jake Coyle, who's just a professional film critic and he works for the Associated Press. And it was just him and Adam Driver just chit-chatting about movies, and it was mostly actually about like Jim Jarmusch and Steven Soderbergh, which are just like two frequent collaborators with Adam Driver, and Star Wars just like inevitably like came up. And like it's funny because I was just like rereading the article, and it like, since it's like a news website, it refreshed and it was like, oh, click to see more. And I was like, did they edit it? But no, they didn't. It still exists. It's still there.
The funniest thing might be that Adam Driver probably just casually brought it up, and little did he know it would like be everywhere. It's all over Twitter, Star Wars Twitter. It's all over Star Wars Instagram. Everyone's talking about it.
The thing about like Adam is like he's always said that he's like loved Kylo Ren. He's been like the number one Kylo Ren like supporter like in the galaxy, which is great. Like because he is. And he always like wanted to do something like and like coming back. And so like I feel it was just like it was just like a random comment from him, and then it was just like the interview was just like, oh, so what about that? And just like asked like a little bit more.
And they got it.
And they got a little bit more. Okay. So the news was in this article, Adam Driver said, quote, I was always interested in doing another Star Wars. I had been talking about doing another one since 2021. Kathleen Kennedy had reached out. I always said, with a great director and a great story, I'd be there in a second. I loved that character and loved playing him. And then
right there, crazy. I always knew it. But there's people, like, we have friends. I won't name the friends, but we have friends that are like, they can't get Adam Driver to come back because they think like he didn't like the sequel trilogy or something. No, he loves that character. He loves that character. But go on.
So Okay, this is where it's like really interesting to me. So Adam Driver took a concept to Steven Soderbergh. So this was like Adam Driver had an idea and was just like,
It
"Hey,"
was his. Yeah,
he had an
crazy.
idea. He had an idea and wanted to do
That's
it.
wild.
And he fleshed something out with Steven Soderbergh, and essentially, like there was a bit of like Adam Driver felt there was like unfinished business for Kylo Ren because he thought it was supposed to be like a reverse like Vader story, you know, and
Yeah,
but then he also died.
I know.
Or hang on. So there was a story that was outlined by Steven Soderbergh and Rebecca Blunt, and they outlined a story which was pitched to Kathleen Kennedy, Carrie Beck, and Dave Filoni, and they were all interested, all three of them. So you got all
Crazy.
that. So they brought in Scott Z. Burns to write a script, and Adam Driver, quote, said, "One of the coolest expletive scripts I have ever been a part of."
What is he doing?
I don't know.
To us?
So the script was presented to Lucasfilm, and the Lucasfilm people loved it. Again, it was the trio of Kathleen Kennedy, Carrie Beck, and Dave Filoni. So our president, vice president, and chief creative officer of Lucasfilm. They loved it, and they understood the angle and why they wanted to do it. Then they presented it to the Disney executives of Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, and they said no. They didn't see how Ben Solo was alive, and that was that.
It's like, what does that even mean?
What does that mean?
So,
one more quote.
Yeah.
Adam Driver continues to say, "It was called The Hunt for Ben Solo, and it was really cool, but it is no more, so I can finally talk about it." So that means that this was like still in discussion, like who knows recently, or at least like not under NDA anymore recently. That's why he was just like, "Oh, I had this idea that we tried to do, and here it is." Man.
So I have another quote I saw. I believe this is from the interview as well from Adam Driver, but he said, "We wanted to be judicial about how to spend money and be economical with it and do it for less than most, but in the same spirit of what those movies are, which is handmade and character driven. Empire Strikes Back being, in my opinion, the standard of what those movies were." So Adam has done a lot of like artsy-ish movies. Outside of Star Wars, of course. And this, like, with Steven Soderbergh, this like could have been an artsy, character-driven movie about Ben Solo in the World Between Worlds or something like that.
Really cool. And like he would have I am so interested to see what that characterization of Ben Solo would have been. Just because like Steven Soderbergh's movies are like just like awesome. Like we still to this day talk about Logan Lucky like daily.
Well, it's not even that. Logan Lucky's a great
so
movie.
Good.
If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It's very fun. Daniel Craig, Channing Tatum, who's
and
awesome in it. Usually I don't care about Channing Tatum, but he's great in it.
It's like his best movie.
Yeah. And the Ocean's trilogy.
Yes.
Like, that's what he should be known for. Like Ocean's 11, classic. One of my favorite movies of all time. The other two movies that follow are very good as well.
But yeah, this one is it's just there is another like quote in there somewhere that was something like Steven Soderbergh was very excited for it and he wishes he could have made it, but he's happy that he made the movie in his head. And it's just like, Steven, let us in. Like, what was this movie in your head? But I wish that we could see it. And it's funny, like as we like prepared, like getting to do this quick emergency podcast, because as the news has come out, it's about like 2.5, 3 hours old at time of recording this. I'm seeing more and more like friends from like the trenches of like the Ben Solo days, like the height of when the sequels were coming out, just like literally rising from their graves right now and just being like, oh my God, what happened? And like, it's just, you said it earlier. You're feeling like down on Star Wars, not as into it recently. And then we get news dropped like this. And it's just like,
I don't want to say I'm down on it. I guess I'm down.
No,
but I'm not I'm down back to like,
not as hyped recently.
Level.
You still love it, but it's not like the only thing that you're thinking about. And like, I get it, I relate. And then you get news like this, and it's like, I'm excited for things in the future, but like we could have had this. Getting news like this is just such like a slap in the face.
Oh, it's a huge slap in the face.
Like,
it's, we don't be negative on this show. We try not to be negative, but I'm going to be somewhat negative about this because I'm annoyed. I'm really annoyed by the news because like we're getting a cereal commercial basically of a movie with Mandalorian and Grogu, and like we can't get this with like I'm looking forward to the Mandalorian and Grogu. as
Yeah.
much as I can. And I've loved the show. I really like the show. I don't know how it's going to be on the big screen, but I'll be there day one. I'll be excited. I'm not being negative about it, but I'm like, hey, we're getting that, which is a huge cash grab and a huge thing, a buy more Grogu merch kind of thing. But
So
we can't get this movie. And I understand if Matt was here, this would be a great discussion. We'd be arguing because Matt, I'll give Matt's thoughts. I don't want to speak for him, but his thoughts on this are he's very split. He would kill for more Adam Driver as Kylo / Ben Solo. We all would. But he likes where episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, left off. He likes that Ben sacrificed himself to save Rey. And I do as well. But
Me
I also
too.
am like, okay, great. Let's get this movie. And I understand there's going to be the people, and maybe this is what Iger and Disney and whoever else was over there was thinking was, hey, Darth Maul's come back. Palpatine's come back, and we were kind of mocked for it. All those, like, everyone comes back. We don't need another character coming back. I get that. But this would have been the easiest one to do, in my opinion, because not to dive too deep into the lore, of course, but you have this forced dyad thing where you can basically make up anything you want that works with that, and it can be cool. I can think of a million other ways of how you could bring him back. But it'd be easier than bringing back Maul, and it'd be easier than bringing back Palpatine.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Let's look at the case notes here. So this was like under consideration in 2021, and I was just trying to pull up a quick like list of like releases like since 2021, in which we've gotten both seasons of Andor,
Yeah,
Book of Boba Fett, almost both seasons of Ahsoka, but one season of Ahsoka, and the last season of Mando. Yeah. For like live action stuff
and Skeleton Crew.
Yeah. And there hasn't been a single movie since 2019. No. That's important. And a bunch of animated stuff, but they're not going to look at that on like the same wavelength, unfortunately. But the only thing I can think of is doesn't matter if they like actually understood if he could come back or not. I think that they were just thinking with like their money eyeballs in the first place. I'm gonna say it.
Absolutely.
And they were pouring money into Andor, and I'm so glad we got Andor. And then they were taking the risk with Ahsoka, which was again a character which they kind of almost unexplainedly brought back if you didn't know, kind of thing. And I don't know if they knew that much about that information, but it's maybe they saw it as, hey, we did that for this other show. Why are we doing it again? And I'm over here like, you did it for this other show. Why don't you do it again? You can do
so
it
I guess
again.
It's kind of like, this is a slippery slope, but it's like,
it is.
If you had to pick one person to bring back, then is it Ahsoka or Ben Solo? And that's a tough one. That's a really
tough one.
It's a tough one too, because this comes off strange from me, but Ahsoka I feel is more needed to come back in her story than Ben Solo. Like Ben Solo, we don't know what comes after episode 9. We don't know who the big bad's going to be in what we think is going to be the eventual Rey movie and going forward, and Starfighter, everything post episode 9. We don't know who the big bad's going to be, but they have Rey in that story. They have a Jedi Master. They don't necessarily need Ben Solo. The time where Ahsoka is in, you need her to be guiding Sabine, probably Ezra, maybe Jason. Like she's needed there. She's the mom there, other than Hera. She's the Force mom. So I don't know. That's kind of a weird thought. If you had to pick one, maybe it's like, okay, we need Ahsoka to come back here for this story. And I don't think that's what Disney was thinking.
You're putting me on the spot, but I got a lot of thoughts about all that, but I'm not going to dive into that right now. But I mean, like, I don't think that's necessarily what Disney execs were thinking at the time. They were just thinking, again, like where the money was at, and it was going into Andor at the time and going into other shows. And they probably just like dismissed it as, yeah, that guy is dead. He can't come back. So we're not going to greenlight this. We're not going to make any money. Like they didn't think any farther than that.
Yeah,
and that's definitely like the short version of the story.
Bob Iger came onto the scene. I don't know why. Like, years ago, people didn't like him, and then the other Bob Chapek. That's how you pronounce it. I don't really care, but that's how you pronounce it. People were excited for him to come on or something. I don't know. I'm not a big like Disney guy. Like, but everyone was like, okay, Bob Chapek, and he ruined things with the parks and but I don't know, whatever. And then nobody liked him. And then Bob Iger came back. People were excited. And I was like, didn't you guys not like him? And then Bob Iger doubles down on AI, does a bunch of other a-hole things.
Like
he said he didn't want more sequels to things, which I kind of understand. And this must be where that fell in. This is another sequel. But why? But then he signs off on a Rey film, which is a sequel. But I mean, you have to continue the story of that. So like, I don't know what happened here. It seems like they were like, oh, Ben Solo's dead. We don't
All I know is they have made the weirdest efforts to just like completely shove Ben Solo like under the rug and like pretend he doesn't exist anymore. Like completely. Like it makes me so upset. Like there's like the Legacy of Vader comics right now, but that's like Kylo Ren during the sequel trilogy. I'm talking like the post Rise of Skywalker time, because we're starting to
post Rise of Skywalker, really. So
right, but I mean, this is
they
really
had the opportunity,
really minor. But like they anytime that they show any sort of like merch for him, and which it's only been a very small handful of things, a Funko Pop, it's done incorrectly. And they've never done like the actual like action figures for him, and like the guy was a fan favorite. Oh my god, I can't even speak. And it's like, I don't know. Again, like I said, I'm watching like friends just like literally rise from the grave like with like this news, and it's just so like disheartening knowing of just like we could have almost had this. And I don't know. Oh, another show that happened in that interim was The Acolyte.
Yes.
Speaking of shows that like we could have almost had this, and then just like, no, we're not going to continue doing it. I mean,
it's weird. They seem to.
We're never gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we're never gonna know why these executives make the decisions otherwise than it was some financial reason. Like it's never a creative reason. It's always a financial reason. It's never a creative reason unless it's like absolutely
a weird
insane.
one because I don't know how it did numbers wise. I don't pay attention to that, and I don't remember. But people are always clamoring about The Acolyte now, and I think Variety. I'm making up like some magazines out there. I remember like ranking it as like one of the shows they liked, and people are really praising it now. But it was canceled at the time because I think the backlash online it was getting. So maybe that's not a financial thing. That's them listening to the fans, which I don't think is always the right move. But I'm kind of hoping that maybe this was part of Adam's idea. I almost said Ben's idea. Adam's idea of putting this news out there to see how it does online. And if people start generating something, and then it's like, oh wait, people do want a Ben Solo movie. Maybe Disney will listen.
I don't think that Adam would ever want to just lob something up onto the internet. First of all, the man's like scared to leave his house. So, but yeah, I mean, I think at this point in time, I think that Lucasfilm and Disney in general, specifically for Star Wars, should just be like, we want to make a thing and just throw the money at the people to make the thing. You have the money to make all of these projects, just make them. You're not going to have like a blockbuster thing every single time, but honestly, bring back like a B movie, bring back something that's like direct to TV, bring something that's like direct to like VHS, even though it's not a thing anymore. Because we're getting that kind of content now. Like, I don't care. Like, you're still gonna like get that kind of content. Like, it's okay. Like, and still you can shove tons of money at shows like Andor and like still make really, really good stuff. You can also make good mediocre stuff as well. And I'm not saying that the Ben Solo series like show or movie, God, would have been like mediocre. It would have been the balls. It would have been so cool. Like it would have been great. But like they're just scared that people are gonna like hate the thing and oh boo-hoo, we're gonna like not be like Lucasfilm anymore. No, you're still gonna be Lucasfilm. You're like a 50-year-old company, like one of the most like beloved like franchises literally in the world. Like it's not, you still exist. You're like the only brand that does still exist. Like
I think
50
Disney
years
and
later.
Lucasfilm. I think Disney and Lucasfilm really do listen to what the fans want, for better and worse, because you see a lot of they're making more content for Ahsoka. People love Ahsoka now, and that's evident, and they keep making that stuff. Clone stuff now. You see clone stuff everywhere with merchandising, with Lego, with the shows. We got Bad Batch. They're always doing stuff with the clones. So maybe there was even the resurgence of Anakin, and now he's back. He was in Kenobi. Hayden was in Ahsoka season 1, rumored to be in Ahsoka season 2, I think by Hayden himself. So like you're getting that, and like maybe this comes up today, blows up on the internet, and kind of starts this wave. And I'm actually, it's really a roller coaster of emotions because it's a kick in the nuts that we're not getting this thing right now. But it's also exciting to see that Adam Driver he brought this story forward. It's not like they came to him. They came to Daisy Ridley for that story. Adam went to whoever for the Ben
just talking
story.
about like films.
So he wants to be Ben Solo again really badly. He wants to finish. He has unfinished business, as he said. And it's good to see that it's almost unanimous online that everyone's excited about this. I'm sure someone is out there kicking their feet saying, "Oh, I don't care about Kylo Ren or Ben Solo," but people are really excited about this. People I wouldn't think are. Like, I'm seeing people that I consider like prequel people, and they're like, I'm seeing things pop up right now as I'm looking at my phone. People I consider prequel people, which I don't know what that means, but they're like, "Oh, give me more Ben Solo. This is great." And I'm like, "Oh shoot, I didn't know you liked Ben Solo. Like, this is awesome." So I think you're gonna get like a resurgence of this, and if Disney and Lucasfilm see that, who knows what they think.
I think that we are weirdly about to be entering like a sequel trilogy renaissance. I mean, like we are going to be getting, it is the 10th anniversary this year of The Force Awakens coming in December. And
the anniversary of the trailer, one of the trailers, I think, was today.
Like, soon. Yeah.
Or something,
was it?
Yeah.
And like there'll be like a lot more of just like, oh, I grew up with this kind of thing, or like this is what got me into Star Wars. And like think about, I was talking about this a lot. The 2015 to like 2019 when the sequels came out was like a totally different era. And then 2020 to 2025, another completely different era on so many different levels for everyone. So many people got into Star Wars in the last 5 years alone.
Because of Mandalorian, yeah.
Because of the Mandalorian, but so many people just fell into Star Wars because, you know, nobody was doing anything. And they just kind of like were like, oh, let me like get into this. And most of it was centered on the TV shows. And so like a lot of people will be like falling into this thing again. Yeah. And this news of Adam saying he wants to be Ben Solo again is just going to have people like looking into that again and being like, oh, wait, who was this guy? What was going on with this? And like, I hope that it's like a little bit of sequels renaissance again, because that would be cool.
I mean, it's really at least a Ben Solo renaissance.
It's okay. He never left.
More than I can ask. Yeah.
Ben Solo renaissance.
So yeah, I mean, it is wild. I wish Matt could be here flip-flopping over the fence about what he wants. He said he wants his way of, he likes the way episode 9 ended, like I said earlier, but he wouldn't complain if they did do this. So that's translated from Matt to he would want this.
Yeah.
I know he would, and he's probably going to watch this at some point or listen to this.
I think that they could make it work. So
yeah, so
it is what it is.
This was a way to get on here and just vent about this because we had to. I feel like there's more thoughts I could have, but
I think that this is the like initial brain dump of Ben Solo could have been still alive. Call me back. See you later. So, like,
it's just so annoying. Literally, when Rise of Skywalker ended, I was sad Ben Solo died, but I liked the ending too. I liked Rise of Skywalker. I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the whole sequel trilogy. If you listen to the show, watch the show, you know that we all do. But I literally, not that I write fan fiction at all or anything, but I literally like had ideas of how they could bring Ben Solo back.
God, there are so many.
Like this brings that back up to me, like the Force dyad thing. I literally have these written down probably somewhere or typed in my phone or something from 6 years ago. So yeah, it's bringing up those times of when I had those ideas, and I was like, oh, Adam Driver had the same ideas also.
He did. He really wanted to come back, and he still does. And so, like, who knows what they might try to do, but
there's hope.
Of course, that's the theme of Star Wars. There's hope.
Yeah, hopefully, Adam still wants to come back. This was 2021. He made the push. We're now in 2025, obviously, almost 2026. So hopefully, he still has that itch.
I think he still has the itch.
He's not getting any younger, Lucasfilm and Disney. Mostly Disney. Lucasfilm, if you're listening, this isn't on you. You guys tried.
You guys did try.
Bob Iger, Disney.
Try again.
If you're listening, first of all, you have better things to be doing. Don't be listening to this. Second of all, greenlight the movie.